Okay, let's do that. Let's see something. So, I know nobody's probably gonna be watching this, but I'm bored. I actually just finished. I actually just finished filming two, three YouTube videos for me to schedule. So I was like, why not just go on YouTube live chat? Sorry, YouTube live, and we could just chit chat. So y'all can tell me about your week so far. How was last week? I actually do want to talk about something. Talk about setting goals. If you are here clicking, that's me. I'm trying to turn something on my TV real quick. But yeah, so yeah, say hey. Tell me what y'all up to. Why y'all up so late with me? I'm always up. What am I doing? Oh, okay. Yeah, let me know what y'all doing. Why y'all up? Are y'all like me and night owls? I don't go to sleep any earlier than about 4 o'clock. Um, my son is over there asleep, so I was getting some work done, trying to take a break, cause like when I tell y'all that my business has kind of like shot up, hi, that my business kind of shot up, like up, like I don't know where all these people come from. I guess y'all is finding me on YouTube and be like, hey, you know what? She know what she's talking about. Let me get her to help me. And so, like, yeah, y'all been asking me for a lot of help. so, so yeah, I was trying to take a break from that. But right now, what I want to talk about was setting goals. Um, because I know I have a lot of newbies that follow me. I have a lot of people who have just launched or about to launch or whatever, and they think they know what their goals are, but they don't really know what their goals are. So I kind of want to chit chat a little bit, and I just want to know, like, for those of you who are watching, if you do want to chime in, tell me what your goals are for your boutique. Do you have, like, what type of goals do you have? Because, in life, we have short term goals, long term goals, daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals. I know I do. I have goals or to do lists and stuff like for every day, week, month. I have long term goals. I set goals on the new year, the day January 1st. I sit down and I set goals for myself for that year. I have 5 year goals, 10 year goals. So I just want to know, what type of goals do you have for your boutique or for your business? What type of goals do you have? For me, I, of course, have that normal goal of me wanting to be financially stable with just running my boutique and now this business, because this business of me assisting people has done way more than I thought it would, because I didn't plan on helping people. I was just doing what I was doing and that was it. And it just so happened that a lot of people just wanted me to help them. And so my mom was like, you need to start charging people for your time because you could be doing something else. And I'm like, oh yeah, I start charging people whatever. And it just got big, and now it's gotten bigger since I've gotten this channel. So of course that was my one goal. One of my goals was to be financially stable with my boutique. But along with that, I always set goals or things I want to do for like a to-do list. So I have something that I created called I really don't want to talk about this on YouTube because I'm so scared that someone's going to steal it, but it is what it is. I've already talked about it on Instagram, so whatever. But I have something that I do, and I teach it in my masterclasses, in my membership. If you're not a member of my membership on Patreon, be sure to click the link in the description box when this loads, because that membership, from what I've heard, is very sad. It's like right at 60 members right now, and people are learning a lot. So I teach something called GPS in some of my master classes, and I've talked about it on my Instagram TV. What GPS stands for me and what I do, it stands for goals, plan, strategy. What that means is you need to have a goal, you need to have a plan to reach that goal, And you need to have a strategy behind that plan and that goal. It sounds complicated, but when you break it down and I talk to you about it, you'll realize you probably are already doing it, but you don't realize that you're doing it. So let's say that my goal is, um, we could say, let's say my goal is I want to reach 10,000 followers on Instagram. Okay, so I want to reach $10,000, $10,000. That would be great. 10,000 followers on Instagram. That's my goal. What's my plan to get there? My plan is to be on Instagram and post 2 or 3 times a day, which, it's kind of realistic to post 2 or 3 times a day. Yeah. But I want to do it every single day, Sunday through Saturday, 2 to 3 days. That's my plan to reach that goal. So what are the actions I'm going to take to make sure that I post those 2 to 3 times a day? That's my strategy. So my strategy to do those 2 to 3 times a day is going to be, one, I'm going to create a content calendar so that way I have all of my posts planned out for the entire week. I'm going to put them in a scheduler and I'm going to schedule them all so that way I don't waste my time being on Instagram doing a whole bunch of posts 2 to 3 times a day. And I'm also going to schedule and post stories. That's the strategy. So do you get that? Your goal is what you want to do. Your plan is how you're going to do it. Oh, and then your strategy is what you're going to do in order to carry out all of that to reach that goal. Hope that makes sense. So once again, I'm going to break it down again. Your goal is to get 10,000 followers on Instagram. How are you going to do it? You're going to post 2 to 3 times a day, Sunday through Saturday, and you're going to post at least twice on your stories, Sunday through Saturday. You don't want to waste your time sitting there being on Instagram. So you need a strategy. What is that strategy? On Sunday or Saturday before that new week. So on Saturday, you need to sit down, create a content calendar, schedule out and plan out every single post and every single story. Put it in a scheduler, schedule it out, and let it go on autopilot. Those that are in my membership, they have actually gotten to see how I plan my entire month of posts. People are always sending me messages and then I don't DM them back immediately. Like right after a post goes up, I notice that my DMs just start popping because people think that I'm on Instagram. I'm not. My posts for both of my pages are scheduled a month ahead of time. I know exactly what I'm going to post on what day, at what time for the entire month. So, for example, we're at the beginning of July, obviously. On July 1st, or was it the 30th? Yeah, it was July 1st and the 2nd. So I was behind. So it was those 2 days. It took me 2 days this time because I was busy. So July 1st and 2nd, I planned out my entire month of July's post for my Royal Aries account and my Boutique Pages account. I planned out all the posts. I went through Canva and I made all the posts. And then I scheduled them all in my 2 schedules I use. I use a scheduler called AppHigh. I absolutely love that. I highly recommend it to anybody. If you need a referral link, let me know because you'll get money off if you use my link. So I'll probably put it there. Do you teach how to schedule IT posting class? Yes, I do. In my membership, it would be better to actually just get in my membership rather than just buying the content calendar or planning masterclass because that class costs more than the membership. So I just suggest becoming a member of my membership on Patreon, and then you can scroll through all of the old posts. You can see what I did in order to plan out my posts, all of that. And actually in August, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to go live in the membership and I'm going to let them plan with me. We're going to plan out posts together. So that's going to be good because a lot of them want to do it with me. I actually have some people who would do a one-on-one session with me and I help them plan out 1 week of posts and then they plan out the rest of the weeks for themselves because, I can't sit there the whole time. But yeah, it normally just takes me an hour to plan out all the posts. and then put them in Canva and schedule them. Takes about another hour, and then I'm done. So about 2 hours, I planned out 2 pages, whole months of posts. Have you used Wix as far as that goes? Let me go back and see what you just said. Oh no. Wix. I hate Wix. Not trying to, yeah, but I hate Wix. I don't like it. Um, I do build websites, and I actually built a website for my mom about, what, 2 years ago on Wix. Hated it. Horrible. Not saying it's horrible, but compared to Shopify, it's not as great. So I recommend Shopify when it comes to, if you are selling something, I put it away. If you are selling something, you need to be on Shopify, period. Um, Shopify is the best for shops, you know, it has shop in the name. So it is what it is. A lot of people I know of that swear by Wix have moved over to Shopify because it's that much better. It's so much more you can do on Shopify than you can do on Wix. It's so much you can do, and yeah, I'm hating it too. um, I do build websites, but I only build websites on Shopify. So if you want to move your website from Wix to Shopify, I could do that. But I offer different packages for Shopify setup on my website. That website is in the description box. I don't know if you can see the description box right now because I'm live. But my website is thesocialmillennial.net. However, I only take on 6 clients at a time when it comes to me building websites. So I have time to go through, each one. I am currently all but the last lot got bought last night. So I don't have any space, but I do have someone who is launching next Wednesday. Is her launch date. So I will have a slot next Wednesday that will open. My spots go by really quick. They get sold really quick because people tend to want me to help them. So yeah, just go to the website, the social millennial, MILLENNIAL.net, bookmark it, whatever you got to do. And on my homepage, I have my best sellers or my top sellers and one of the Shopify setup. So just click that, read up, see all of my packages that I do, the cost, all of that, and just set your alarm and get back with me next Wednesday because that's when one of my clients' websites will launch. Her slot will open up because she won't, I won't be able to building her site anymore. So then I have 5 slots instead of 6. So is there a reason why? No, I do not sell shoes anymore. There are 2 reasons why I don't sell shoes anymore. If you look at my intro video, it's also about how I got started. In that video, I let you all know that I got started from drop shipping, and I drop shipped handbags, shoes, and clothes. No, I did not use AliExpress or Oberlo or Alibaba, Chinese things, whatever. I didn't use none of that to drop ship. I actually, I used to drop ship for Urban OG. I don't know if you all have heard of that, but 3 years ago, they were popping, okay? They had the best clothes, some dope shoes, everything. And they had regular size and plus size. I loved them. So I was actually one of the first few people to test out drop shipping for them that they had. So they no longer offer that though. So at that time, I was drop shipping shoes. It was awesome because when you drop ship, you don't have to keep the items in your house. You don't have to stock the items. You don't have to ship the items. You don't do nothing. You just set up your website, advertise, and make your money. That's it. So yeah, it was great to sell shoes then. But whenever I would get a return, I couldn't return it back to, my manufacturer or vendor. So I have to keep it. And then I would just put it back on the website, see if I could resell it. But I couldn't because it seemed like the majority of the time when I got returns, they were always like a size 6 or 7. So I actually started stocking my merchandise. A few months later, I started stocking my merchandise like here at my house. shoes, handbags, and clothes. I have everything in storage, and I have some in my home office in my bedroom. So it was getting to the point where majority of my customers were like a size 8.5 and up. I personally wear a size 11. I am obsessed with shoes. I'm not gonna tell you how many pairs of shoes I have. I'm not gonna tell you how many pairs of shoes I had when my house burned down. Unless you go back and watch that intro video, then I tell you in there. But I'm obsessed with shoes. Not all shoes. I don't like sneakers. I don't like flats. I don't like stuff like that. I'm just obsessed with heels. I wear a lot of heels. That's it. So anyway, um, most of my customers wore 8.5 through 11, and then I had some people who wore size 12s, and I couldn't really find size 12s. When you purchase shoes, you just like clothes. When you purchase clothes, you buy in packs that are pre-packed. With shoes, same way. You buy in packs but they're bigger, obviously, because you're getting more shoes. Most packs, they start at a size 5.5 and go up to a 10, or a size 6 and go up to an 11. And you get a certain amount of each size. So majority of the time, you'll get 2 of the smaller sizes up to about an 8. Then after that, you get 1 of each size. Sometimes no 11 at all. So it was getting to a point where I was selling out of the size 8.5 and up, and I had a ton of shoes that were 8 and under, or 7.5 and under, just sitting up under my bed or wherever else, because I couldn't sell them. So that's the point where I was like, okay, this is ridiculous. So I'm not going to keep doing this with these, because they were getting on my nerves. So I do want to go back to selling shoes, because shoes are a great profit margin. It's good for your profit margin. They're a great thing to sell. Women love shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just one of those things. And yeah, from Urban OG. Yep, I used to dropship with Urban OG. Shoes too. Handbags, no. I had another site that I got my handbags from. I had a connection with somebody. So yeah, I would sell them there. I mean, from there. Um, but yeah, the shoes and the clothes that I drop ship came from Urban OG. But Urban OG, I think they don't. Not only do they not offer drop shipping anymore, but I'm almost positive that they don't offer clothing anymore either. So, what is it? Looking at my daughter, y'all. So yeah, they don't do that anymore. They don't do clothes or drop shipping anymore. I don't even know if they still do shoes. I haven't even looked at them lately. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the shoes. So yeah, that's why I stopped. I just can't do it. If there was some way that I could just stock like bigger sizes and that's it, yeah, I would love to go back to selling shoes. I've been researching how I can do shoes again, because I really like selling shoes. But you just have to make sure that you know how to not lose money on shipping as well. I am actually going to be at the end, very last Tuesday of this month. I'm going to be posting a video about shoutiques, like the basics of starting a shoutique, because I've gotten a lot of questions from people who just want to sell shoes. So I'm actually going to be doing a video about that. So yeah, what are you doing? What's that? Oh, okay. Thank you. Um, yeah, I'm gonna be doing a video about that, because I get emails and questions a lot around shoutiques. So yes, I have already figured out what I'm going to be talking about in that video. I just have to film it. I'll most likely film it next week, and it'll be posted the very last Tuesday of this month. Either the very last Tuesday or very last Thursday, one or the other. So yeah, what was I originally talking about? Oh, the goals. So yeah, with the goal setting, in case you missed it, uh, I was talking about how I set goals and how I do something called a GPS, which stands for goal, plan, and strategy, and how you need to have a plan to reach your goal and a strategy for that plan that you set to reach that goal. I gave out an example earlier all around it, and if you want to learn more, I go into a little bit more depth too about GPS on my IGTV. It's an older video. I did it last year. It is Royal_Aries325. You can get that video out there. But goals are super important when it comes to your boutique, because you're really going to be working blind if you don't have goals. And you need to have money goals as well. That's something else that I teach in my membership. I am actually giving them a guide in the next week that I just finished around money goals. And then I also teach around money goals in my masterclass called From Loss to Boss. A lot of people love that class apparently. It's one of my popular classes. Now, I'm thinking about doing that class live again because a lot of people had a lot of questions in that class and it helped so many people. In that class, I teach the business side of a boutique, not just getting vendors, not just advertising or marketing on a budget. I actually talk about boutique math. I talk about how to price. I talk about how to restock, what you should do when you get your new inventory in. I talk about how to change your mindset. I talk about stuff that no one else really talks about in that class. And it's so many people that told me that it really changed how they looked at their boutique or how they looked at planning to start their boutique. It was a lot that I talk about in that class. So there's a lot you really need to think about that I don't think people think about when they want to start a boutique. You have to know your math. Sad to say. There's a lot of math involved. There's a lot of numbers involved. There's a lot of strategy involved. You should be strategic in every single thing you do when it comes to a boutique. Thank you. Everything you do with your boutique, it should have some sort of strategy behind it. Everything I post on Instagram, there's a strategy. Everything that I saw it, Ken. Everything she posts on Instagram should have a strategy. Every time you buy a certain type of clothing, there should be a strategy of how you're going to sell it. Everything is strategic that you do. Even when you do giveaways, there's strategy behind it. I taught that too. And I actually have a video about that on YouTube. I did it last year. Excuse me, around giveaways. I can't remember, but it's something on my channel about giveaways. So, yes, you need to have strategies. People don't think about that. People don't think about how they are going to sustain this business. That is my goal. My goal for this channel, as well as my membership, is to teach you how to grow and sustain your boutique, not just start it. Anybody can start one. I don't know if anyone knows, but Black women are the number one type of business owner. We are the ones who own the most small businesses in America. However, we are also the fastest ones to fail. Why? Because a lot of people do not, sorry, message. Some people, they don't think about how they're going to sustain it. They just do that whole thing of, I'm going to start this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to sell this, and that's it. They don't think about the strategy behind it. They don't think about how they can market without spending money. They don't think about how to budget. They don't think about how to price their stuff effectively. They don't think about the shipping costs. They don't think about how to get relationships with vendors so that way you don't spend as much. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that people need to learn. And it's a lot of people who are either unwilling to learn, they're closed-minded, or they look at people like competition instead of a community. And it's really sad because I know quite a few people who are not this, who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in their boutique. Yes, there are some people like this that are making that much, but when I'm in different groups on Facebook, I have noticed that certain boutique groups of certain subsets are different than others. Some are more welcoming, some are more competitive. Some people won't tell you stuff, some people will. But in the end, though, that's kind of women in general. Not just any race. But yeah, so I just want to teach people how to sustain their business. So any questions you all ever have for me, my DMs are always open. People are always DMing me all day. If you get an auto reply after 10 o'clock, it's just because I'm working and I'm trying not to be distracted. I get emails all day. If I don't answer your email the same day, it's because I got a lot piled up. So I will answer you. It may not be immediately. Sometimes it will be. But other times I may not answer you immediately because I actually have a lot going on, you know. But another thing that I want you all to remember, not only should you have goals and not just regular goals, you need to have like some serious goals and plans and strategies behind that plan. You also need to think about your why and motivation, because you're going to have some times when you're not motivated. You're going to have times where you are going to want to quit. I went through that. I started my boutique July 2nd, 2017. I wanted to quit in September. It's like, I'm over this shit. I'm done. I don't want to do this no more. But it was because I wasn't doing the work fully. There are a lot of things that I knew that I needed to do, but I just didn't want to do. I didn't feel like it. I wasn't fully committed the way I am now and the way I grew to be. So, yes, find some ways to stay motivated. Remember your why. So you need to not only remember your why, but you need to tell your why on your Instagram page. You're new. People need to figure out who you are. They need to learn how to trust you. They need to know you. They need to like you. I have so many customers who started buying from me because they heard my story and they liked my personality on camera, and they were like, well, I gotta support this girl. And that's how it's been ever since. I have one lady who spends thousands of dollars with me every year because she said she just liked hearing my story and she loved my testimony and she liked my customer service, and so she continues to buy from me and she refers people to me all the time. I have never been to her state. She's in a totally different time zone than me, but I get a lot of sales from that particular state because of this one customer. So make sure you're telling your why. Make sure you're posting about yourself as the owner of your boutique. Don't do it a lot. Maybe 4 times a month. You can make a post about you, the owner, but it shouldn't be a lot of personal stuff on your boutique page. That's something else I hate. I hate seeing that. I hate it when people turn their personal page into their business page, and then you scroll through, you don't see a bunch of clothes, you see pictures of their kid, pictures of them, selfies, pictures of them in the car with a seatbelt on. Why? As a customer, I don't see all that. Then I'm confused. I'm like, okay, so is this a business page or is this a personal page? Don't do that. Or if you're going to do it, delete them pictures, save them, and then delete them from your Instagram, because customers don't care about all that. Yes, they want to know you as the owner, but they don't want to see a whole bunch of pictures of you eating and you eat, whatever. They don't want to see that. So yes, tell your story, make a video, put it on IGTV. It is so annoying. Yes, it is so annoying. I cannot stand it when people tell me to or ask me if I can do an Instagram audit on their page, and I should see a ton of pictures of them or a whole bunch of quotes. Sorry if I offend you if you post a lot of quotes, but stop posting a bunch of quotes. And if you are posting quotes, okay, cool, but maybe post like one a week, okay? And if you do that, it needs to be in your brand color. I see a whole bunch of quotes on someone's page, and it'll be in like 6, 7 different colors. No, make the quotes in Canva in your own brand colors, so that way everything flows. Your page look nice. Don't just post random stuff. Are you selling clothes or are you selling quotes? Let me know. Because I could be wrong. You could be selling quotes. If you are, then I'm sorry. Didn't mean to offend you about selling your quotes. So, yeah, I don't like stuff like that. But, so yeah, I was just bored, y'all. I just want to get on and talk. I just felt like talking. After filming all those YouTube videos, I just wanted to chit chat. So, hope I didn't waste y'all's time. I know I was really rambling, didn't really talk about nothing, but whatever. If y'all have any more questions for me or comments or whatever, go ahead and let me know. If not, I'll probably just hop off, and I need to edit some pictures for someone's website. So I'm going to do that and put those on her site, answer some emails, and then probably go to sleep. Maybe. But next video, I'm actually going to post my next YouTube video. I don't know if I'm going to post it Thursday or is it going to be Tuesdays. I'm thinking about really. I don't know why. I always find it so surprising when people tell me that they watch a lot of my videos. I don't know why. I know what I'm talking about. But for some odd reason, I don't know. I just find it so surprising that people actually learn something from me. And I get messages every day, and I'm always so shocked every single time I get a message. Speaking of which, I actually had 4 people reach out to me by email today, wanting me to help them with certain things. And one of them was a guy. So I felt pretty good. He was like, yeah, I want you to help me. I was like, okay, all right. How to help a guy? All right, I got you, son. I got you. I had to say son because he's from New York. So, I was like, yeah, I got you, son. So, But going to start helping him. He has a really good concept, so I definitely want to help him get his stuff started. He's actually going to be just selling sneakers for women. That's it. Up north, a lot of women love sneakers and Tims and stuff, so it's gonna be pretty good. I'm gonna make his logo and stuff. We're gonna get him started on the right foot. If you all are not aware, for those of you who are on, I do make logos. I don't do all of the big fancy ones or whatever because I personally believe a logo ain't gotta be all of that. Your logo, and you don't have to spend a shit ton of money on your logo. None of that. How did you find your vendors to drop shit when you were selling shoes? Um, I hate it when people ask me how I found my drop shipper because it's not a normal answer. Okay, so if you have not seen the video of how I got started, I highly recommend you watch that video. It's literally my very first video I ever put on YouTube of me talking. I put other videos on YouTube like of my products because I just had to put them on my website, and the only way to put them on my website was to put it on YouTube first. Anyway, so I'm going to tell the answer. So in that video, I talk about how I got started. So short version, I didn't have a job. My house burned down. How do I gain followers on my Instagram? I'll tell you in a second. So my house had burned down. I didn't have a job. I was frustrated, depressed. And I had talked to my dad on Mother's Day and, asked him, what should I do? I'm so frustrated. Nobody will hire me. I haven't had a job in 3 months. What should I do? And he told me, Nisha, if no door is opening up for you, you need to either find a new door or make your own door. And so I was like, well, I can't go find a new door because we're broke. I don't have a job. Just my husband's income. So I got to figure out how I can make my own door. What am I going to do? So literally, Jessica, a few days later, this is something that happens to me a lot. My grandmother says that I have a gift of prophecy, especially through my dreams. A lot of things that I dream normally come true. I actually knew when she was going to pass away before she passed away. And not only did I know that, I knew what she was going to wear in her casket, and I knew what I was going to be saying at her funeral, and I knew what color her casket was. So she passed away from pancreatic cancer. So we already knew she was, going to be passing away soon, but we didn't know when, but I knew. And so when my dad came to my college campus and told me she had passed away, I already knew. It still hurt me the same. But anyway, a few days after Mother's Day, my husband and my daughter and I, we were actually staying with my mom because my house had burned down. And I had a dream, and the dream was like, it was all black. And on this side, in purple, was the name of my boutique that just came to me. And then in green came the name of a vendor. It wasn't really Urban OG. It was who they went through for drop shipping. So that name came up to me in green. So it was like faded back here, and then it came up like this and sat beside my boutique's name, which is Jinx Fashion Week. So I woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I typed in that name on Google because I never heard of it, and it was real. And so I was like, okay, so let me call them in the morning and see if I can get some stuff going on with my boutique. So I called them, I asked them what do they do and all that sort of stuff. And well, I called them, but I actually had to email them because they didn't answer the phone. So in the email, we were going back and forth in the emails. I asked them what they do and all that stuff. And so they told me, that they were a vendor out in LA. They didn't manufacture the clothes. They were just a distributor or a vendor. And so I told them, like, hey, I've always wanted to have a boutique. I just can't store my items right now because my house just burned down last month. So what should I do? Or, what do you all recommend that I do in order to get started and then maybe stock stuff later on? And they were like, well, we're actually testing out drop shipping. And they let me know that they were testing out drop shipping with Urban OG. So they let me be in their testing program for drop shipping. And that's how I got started. So when people ask me how I got started with drop shipping and how can they find one, I know how to find them, but it's not how I found mine. Mine was really not normal. I can't just tell people to go to sleep and have a dream about it because, it's not normal. So yeah, but I did do a class on drop shipping like 2 years ago. It's really hard now to find good, reputable vendors in the US who have good clothing, good quality that do drop shipping now. I know one that is called, shoot, what's their name? It's CC Wholesale Clothing. Yeah, two C's. So CC Wholesale Clothing. They do drop shipping. I never drop ship with them. I've had other people drop ship with them and say that their clothing was good. The only reason why I never did or used their items because they do not fit my boutique's aesthetic. I am a little bit more higher end. I offer more statement making pieces. That sort. Oh, you're doing shoes. Oh, I know someone who drop ship shoes, but I do not recommend them because they have done and said some racial things. So I no longer recommend them. I no longer say their name, nothing, because I have 4 or 5 black friends who have boutiques and they were using them for shoes, and 4 or 5 of them actually got into some heated arguments over some statements that were made to them over the phone from their workers. So yeah, I don't talk about them anymore. That's the only company I know, and they had some dope shoes too, but we not supporting them. Okay. I mean, if you really really want to know and you want to support them, just DM me. I'll tell you who they are, but I wouldn't do it. Just saying. So yeah. The other question that I just got was, how do you gain followers on your Instagram? Two things. Well, I mean, it's a lot of things, but the main things are, first, you have to know who your customer is. That is always my answer for everything. You have to know who your customer is. If you do not know who your customer is, a lot of aspects of your business are not going to go right. Because if you don't know who you are selling to in depth, you're not going to know what you're doing later. I keep getting all of these messages from vendors. Sorry, y'all. So, yeah. Once you figure out who you're selling to, I don't mean just you say, oh, I want to sell to women who are fashion forward. No, it needs to be truly in depth. You need to know every single thing about this person, their age, their hobbies, how many kids they got, how much money do they make, what do they drive, what do they watch on TV, what are their favorite colors. You need to know everything. When you sit down and you make this customer profile, that's what it's called, customer profile or avatar, you can call it either or whatever, then you will know how to speak to this person. You will know how to find this person to market to them. You will know what to sell to entice her. You will know what type of pictures to take to draw her in. You will know how to price your items because you'll know what she will gravitate towards. You have to figure all of that out first. When you figure all of that out, you go find her or him. You go find them on Instagram, on your boutique page. You haven't figured out because you don't know a lot. That is up to you. That's part of your customer profile. I have 2 customer profiles. I have a lady who's plus size and a lady who's regular size. My regular size lady, her name is Charlene. She is 32 years old. Boom, there you go. I already know. I want to appeal to ladies who are around the late 20s to late 30s. That's it. I already know that. I set that for myself. Once I set that for myself, I figured out what those ladies would like, because that is like around like with me, because what I went through in my late 20s when I got into motherhood and being married and everything, I'm not young anymore. I mean, I'm young, but I'm not in my 20s young. You know what I'm saying? I still feel like I swear to y'all, I'm still 21. Like, that's how I feel in my heart. I still feel like I'm young. I don't feel like I'm 33 with 2 kids and married. I don't feel like that. I still feel like I'm young and I should be going clubbing and, you know, wearing whatever, which I still do wear whatever. But y'all know what I'm saying. So my goal was to appeal to women who are in that between phase. I wanted to appeal to those women who are trying to cross over from looking too young, because I still look young. People think that I am younger than what I am. When I used to be a store manager at Victoria's Secret, and when people would ask for the manager and I would go up to them, they would be like, okay, we need like the store manager, like the manager. And I'll be like, that's me. And they're like, well, how old are you? You're like, you're about 18. I'm like, no, I'm 27. And they'll be like, really? I'm like, yes, I just have really good genes. What you want? So, yeah, I want to appeal to those who still feel young at heart, who want to look sexy, who want to be fashionable, fashion forward, but still look more of their age. You know what I'm saying? I am not in that phase of my life anymore where I will be wearing certain things that I wore in my 20s or my early 20s. I'm 33. My husband don't like me to wear certain things anymore. Whatever. I still wear what I want to wear, but I still gotta respect him. Y'all know, whatever. So that's who I'm appealing to. So my age bracket is 25 to 35. Basically, is really who my top sellers are. I'm sorry, top customers are. And if you have a boutique page, a business page on Instagram, look at your insights. Look and see how old those people are. It tells you in your insights how old your followers are. So even if you only got like 105 followers, you still need to know how old they are. Look and see how old they are. That's all you need to do. So once you do all of that, you need to be social on Instagram. It is social media. You need to be on your boutiques page and go out into the Instagram world and find your customer. Find her, communicate with her, like her pictures, comment on her pictures. She's going to be like, who is this person liking and commenting on all my stuff? Let me go see who this profile is. Oh, it's a boutique page. Oh, she sells this. She sells this. Let me go to her website. Oh, that's a good price. Let me buy it. Boom. Customer. So that's what I do. I actually had an Instagram challenge in my membership last month. You can ask any of those ladies in there. They all said that they gained new followers, they gained sales, they gained profile visits, they gained what's it called? Website clicks. They gained a lot of stuff off of the instructions that I gave them that they had to do every single day. Even if you just joined my membership, like Jessica, I think she just joined, you can still, you're welcome, you can still scroll through my old posts and the Instagram challenge instructions are in there. And if you happen to start that Instagram challenge, because I have it where it's like 7 or 8 days long, if you happen to start it, just let me know that you're starting it so I can check on you every day as you do it, because I want to make sure that you're okay, that you're doing it right, all this stuff, because it's very specific instructions that I tell you to do, and you need to do them every single day in order to see the results that a lot of these other ladies saw. I had one girl, she hadn't even launched yet, and she did the Instagram challenge anyway, and she ended up gaining like 200 followers because they were ready for her to launch now, because she just created so much excitement that now they were like, oh dang, you don't even have your stuff ready to sell yet. So yeah, I'm actually building her site, so it's not done yet. But yeah, that's the number one way. That was just the first way. When do you think is a good time to drop a follow on? Okay, I answered that one in a second. Second part that I was going to say about getting your Instagram followers, you need to have an Instagram strategy. It's a lot that goes into creating an Instagram strategy. You need to, like I was saying earlier, there should be a strategy behind everything you do. So with your Instagram strategy, hold on a second, my son is about to wake up. Okay, so with that Instagram strategy, you need to, there's a lot. You need to figure out your posting schedule, what time works for you. You need to figure out your hashtag strategy. Hashtags especially are super important. I have a strategy that I have taught. If you get the masterclass, it's only like $20, $26, I think. If you're a member of my Patreon, you get it for half off. So, what's I saying? Oh, with that hashtag strategy, I teach you exactly what I do in order to get in front of thousands of accounts every single day. So those are the ways you need this, those are the ways that you can get more followers. Is being social, know who you're selling to, have an Instagram strategy, posting schedule, hashtag strategy. Those are all things that I do, and that's really it. And that last question, you said, when was it best to drop a follow on? I actually had somebody ask me this in a Facebook group 2 days ago. Or was it yesterday? My days run together. My advice to people who ask me this, because they ask me this a lot, This always depends on you, your business. I am not going to drop anything for fall until most likely I'll probably start ordering it the beginning of November, so that way it'll get here by Black Friday, so that way I can run some sort of special on it. But you the how do I word this? I forgot how I worded it. You don't drop a line specifically by season because of a certain time. You release it based off of your customers' buying habits. So the reason why I'm not releasing anything cold weather until like Black Friday around that time is because majority of my customers live in California, Missouri, Texas, Florida. One state is New York or is New Jersey. It's one of the news. And then I have a few around in my state of North Carolina, and I have a lot in Georgia. Those are all hot states. They don't really start getting a winter. I know here in North Carolina we don't really get cold until like December, January. So if majority of my customers live in hot states, they're not gonna buy well, technically they're hot items, the cold weather items. So I don't start until when I know that they are going to need it. But I do buy cold weather items during like this time because a lot of vendors have like cute sweaters, cardigans, fur coats for like 10, $12 a piece right now. I actually got a fur coat, $4 a piece, because one vendor was trying to get rid of them. Yes, so since you're in Georgia, yeah, you already know. Georgia weather's similar. We don't get, like, if we do get snow or something, we didn't even get snow. Did we get snow this year? My son's awake. So, yeah, yeah. So that's what I do with collections, not collections, like different seasons of stuff. So yeah, it just look at your customers' buying habits. If you're new, if you're a brand new boutique owner and you don't really have like any customers at all, then yes, go ahead and buy some, but don't buy a whole lot because you're not gonna know where your customers are gonna be from. Hold on. Okay. Come on. Don't pull my hair. Do not pull my hair. All right. So, any other questions y'all got for me? Ooh. Don't you pull my hair, boo. Don't you? I see you. No, don't pull my hair. Don't pull my hair. I was gonna tell y'all something else, and then he just distracted me. I forgot what I was gonna say. I cannot remember. Um, yeah, I don't remember what I was gonna say. It's getting late anyway. Y'all need to be in the bed. Why are y'all up so late? You're welcome. I try to be helpful. I try. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and change him, finish up some stuff on two people's websites, and maybe go to sleep. We'll see. I don't know. I'm at work till 7 a.m. Girl. Oh, that's right. Nurse. You're a nurse. See, I remember stuff sometimes. Bless your heart. Why, if you're working, you need to be working, Jessica. Why you ain't working? Kyra, what are you looking at, boo-boo? Look at his little hair everywhere. Make sure you all do tune into my next video that I'm posting. My next video is going to be all about markdowns. So if you have already launched, I'm going to talk to you about markdowns, which you should just buy little by little. Yes, Jessica, please. Good night. Yes, do not buy a whole lot of shoes. Oh, your patience was leaving. Yeah, do not buy a whole lot starting out because you're not going to know. Well, you may know what you're doing, but at the same time, you don't want to buy so much inventory. I would suggest starting out with like maybe about 6 or 7 pairs, something like that. Because when you start off with just doing shoes, you have to make sure you saved your money. And I'm going to talk about that in my shoe video I've already written it out of what I need to talk about, like my points, and I'm just going to film it. When I film it, I probably film it next week, and then I'm going to post like the end of this month, because I already have my YouTube schedule. Yeah, I already have my YouTube schedule. So I'm going to be posting it probably the end of this month. But that's one thing that I talk about, is that you have to save up when it starts. When you start on a shoe tee, because shoes are expensive to purchase, because you're going to be purchasing about 12, about 12 of each style. And if each pair is costing you a minimum of like 11 bucks, and you're spending about $120 a box without the shipping, that's a lot of money. So that adds up. You're going to be spending about $700 in inventory just to start out, because of how expensive it is to ship them, and then how much they cost for each one, because you're getting so many. So yeah, I would start off with a lot. Oh, yeah. So did you go through my old posts, Jessica, in the membership? Because I do have a shoe vendor in there, and then here on YouTube, I have 2 videos about shoes. Well, one of them isn't just shoes, it's accessories and shoes, and then I have one of just shoes. So that one of just shoes, though, is not on Fashion Go. I show you vendors on orangeshine.com, but a lot of those vendors are still on Fashion Go. So make sure you do set up accounts on orangeshine and lashowroom.com, because those 2 sites also have vendors that Fashion Go doesn't have. And then Fashion Go has vendors that those 2 sites don't have. Orange Shine has vendors that the other 2 don't have. So just make sure you're a member of all 3 of them, because you'll find vendors on each one of them that you want to use. Like, I get a lot of my t-shirts with the really cute sayings from a vendor on Orange Shine, and they're not on either one of those other sites. So make sure you do that. Kyra, where are you going? All right, y'all. I'm going to go handle some business and change this little guy. Yeah, change this little guy. Yes, I have some more videos up there, Jessica. Just make sure you go to my playlist. In my playlist, I have a playlist called All About Vendors, and you'll find those 2 videos about shoes in there. That way you don't have to search through all of them. Ooh, a little drooling self. He's teething, so he's starting to drool a lot. Look at the camera, boo boo. Look over there. Look right there. Look. Say hi. Hey. Say hey. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go. Maybe I can get him back to sleep and call it a night. If y'all need me, y'all know how to find me on Instagram. Bye, y'all. Say bye. Bye.